Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. At least for the time being, it appears the rain is going to hold off. That gives us a window to get game number 4 underway. It is the Ohio Braves and Force Ohio up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Saber Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Smacked into left field! Say goodnight to that baseball!
And there's another one! It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas! Needs a point, and it's alive! Hanson pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable!
At long last, it is time for game number 4 of the day. It is Force Ohio taking on the Ohio Braves live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Schoonover Stadium on the campus of the University of Kent State. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. Should be a fun one between two teams with a powder blue color scheme, with two teams now looking for some big wins. The Ohio Braves, they had momentum earlier on today, getting a big victory over the Warcats. Now with a big gap in between their performances, the question is, can they keep up the same tempo that they had in that last game? As for Force Ohio, their opening game of this tournament, it was delayed. Can they come out and fire on all cylinders early on in this one for them? On the mound today for Force Ohio, it is Giovanni Maupins, the rising senior at Wycliffe. Something to know about this Force Ohio squad, this is not their usual coaching staff. Their usual coaches are out today, so they do have 2 interim coaches. Talked to both of them before the game. They seem optimistic about today, but we will see how this ball game ends up unfolding. Time here is 4:05, and we are underway. First pitch is tipped away. 0-1 the count on Ravolsky. Same exact order as last game for the Braves. The only difference is their pitcher and their catcher. Aviles not catching, Higgins not pitching. It's Thomas pitching and Adams catching. Otherwise, the same exact batting order as last time out. The 0-1 swing and a miss, now 0-2. Last game, 9 runs were scored in the second, 5 in the third for the Braves, and that is how they did all of their damage. So in just a few small samples. The 0-2 up high for ball 1. That first inning was really a tough frame for them. Couldn't get the offense rolling. They had a leadoff walk, but then 3 flyouts ended their momentum really quick. The 1-2 fouled away. But just to refresh your memory of the order, Ravolsky, Hall, Jolliffe, Aviles, Higgins, Mihalik, June, Camden, Berlin, Thomas, and Adams. That is your 1 through 11 order. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Moppins tries it again, almost hitting Rowalski. Rowalski able to dip out of the way in time, and he will stay in. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter for this game. Moppins sets and fires, and he will get strike 3 looking for out number 1. Beautiful pitch from Moppins, and that is a beautiful way to begin game number 4 of the day. Setting the tempo as a pitcher in the top of the first inning is huge, and to get that call right there, that's exactly what the doctor ordered. 1 up, 1 down. That's the dream start for Force's defense. And now that'll bring in Mitch Hall, the left fielder, and he will see a first pitch strike. Hall, wearing number 28, comes to the squad by way of Westlake, where he is a rising junior. The 0-1, up high, count even. In the bottom of the inning for Force, it is Silverstein, Sabanya, and Porter. But still a little ways away from that. Here comes the 1-1. Bounces in for ball 2. On a day like this and so many different question marks heading in, staying consistent is the only way that you can win a game like this. And we'll see which side can be more consistent as the game goes on. It's a tough start for both teams. I think we're going to see a couple of slower innings before the offense finally picks up. Keep in mind, both squads just had to sit through a pretty much hour rain delay. Here comes the 2-2. Moppins misses low for ball 3, and we are full. But for those just tuning in, this game did start way late. To be exact, 50 minutes late due to some thunderstorms. The quickest that we could start was 4:05, and that was the case. Payoff pitch, it will bounce in for ball 4, and there is a 1-out walk. Good patience in the box by Mitch Hall, and that'll set up Anderson Jolliffe, the first baseman. Jolliffe, a rising junior, plays his high school ball for Independence. We talked last game about him and his brother Cy. They shared the stage at Independence for 1 year when Anderson was a freshman and Cy was a senior back in 2024. Jolliffe takes strike 1 on the outer edge. Both coaches, it appears, giving some different signals. We hear a lot of numbers thrown around, and that happens a good amount at the high school level of travel ball. It's interesting as you don't really see it unfold in other sports usually. But here, a lot of the numbers give you your play call. And play call is a weird thing to say in the game of baseball. The 0-1 fouled back, now 0-2. This is game number 4 of 5 today. We completed 3 games before our first official big rain delay. We had one that lasted 5 minutes, and then we were back to the action. And then the rain delay just gone was our big one so far, and depending on what happens, could not be the only one. As it looks like we are going to get some storms again at around 6, which is after the final game is supposed to start, but given our delays, that would put it right in line with that final game. So that is something to look at in regards to that game. 1 ball, 2 strikes, throwback not in time. And the goal is that the Storms will stay off for the final couple. But we shall see. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Hangs up for ball 2. After Jolliffe, it goes to A.J. Aviles, one of 2 EHs in this game, and one of 2 EHs back-to-back. Here comes the 2-2. Jolliffe, check swing, fouls it back. Don't think that was his intention on the swing, but still makes good contact despite it being accidental. As the count remains the same, he'll try it again here. Still a runner at first, 1 down, 2-2 the count. The pitch hangs high for ball 3, and we are full. Great battle from Jolliffe so far on this at-bat. Still has that runner at first to worry about. We could see some action on the pitch. Behind the dish, it does seem like they expect it. Payoff is grounded too short. They get the out at 2 and at 1. It is a double play, and the side is retired. Nice work by the Force Ohio defense. After allowing that walk, they're able to get that double play, 6-4-3 style, and end the top of the first inning. We will watch it back here. You'll see behind the dish, the catcher thought that they were going to steal, but in the end they didn't, and that allowed Force enough time to make the double play happen and end the inning. Middle of 1 in Kent, no score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium on the campus of Kent State University. Bottom of the first inning about to get underway, and the first pitch we'll see is in the dirt for ball 1. For Force, it is Silverstein, Sabanya, and Porter set to swing this inning. Silverstein, a rising senior, just finished up his campaign at Walsh. The 1-0 misses up and out for ball 2. On the mound in the second game of the day for the Ohio Braves, it is Ben Thomas, the rising senior at Padua. Couple of Padua Bruins on this roster, as that is, I would say, the biggest cohort seen on the Braves roster. Couple of duplicates, but for the most part, they have the biggest representation. Count 2-1 on Silverson. Thomas sets and fires, swing and a miss, now 2-2. Great response on the mound by Thomas, able to get that chase. And now if he can work around this zone, get a swing and a miss, or force a favorable ball into the field, he can easily get out number 1. Question is, what kind of pitch does he bring, and what kind of response do we see from Force? The 2-2 breaking ball, swing and a miss. There is out number 1. A lot of pitchers' version of all reliable, and that's exactly what Thomas brings out. 1 up, 1 down. And now Anthony Sabanya, wearing number 12, steps in. Sabanya, a rising senior at Independence. And he sees his fellow Independence player over at first base in Jolliffe. First pitch will hit for strike 1. The Blue Devils had a great campaign. However, they did bow out in the regional final, losing to Kirtland. And the loss to Kirkland was tough. They did make a comeback, but not enough in the end. 0-1 quickly turns to 0-2. Sabanya trying to stay in this at-bat, but so far the passive approach has not worked. Thomas is 0-2. Inside edge, a very good miss. Not going to get the nod. It'll be ball 1. And I would say Sabanya very lucky not to get rung up on that pitch. Thomas tries it again. Misses high. And as well, something to note, Thomas usually wearing number 11, wearing number 9 today. The pitch is off the plate, and we are full. So far, that approach from Sabanya of not swinging really paying off. And based on how this at-bat started, I'm very surprised that we're here. But still, patience is winning right now for Sabanya. The payoff pitch, it is inside for ball 4, and patience does win the day. It is a one-out walk for the shortstop. Now, Mattias Porter, the rising senior at Avon, will step in for Force. In this game, Porter is going to start in right field. Runner at first, one down. Bunt shown, and it will go foul. Good reaction time by the infield. They were ready for it. It just never came into the field of play at a reasonable area. Oh, 1 the count. The pitch. Fly ball sent foul. Count now 0-2. So just like the last at-bats, 2 pitches, 2 strikes. And if you're Force here, you want to avoid the double play. You want to have more batters this inning than your opponent. Like I said, it's something to start separating you from the Braves. The 0-2, breaking ball in but fouled away. Thomas was able to get his lone strikeout so far because of that pitch. And actually looking closer in, that's a 3. It appears they made a change, as that is going to be, I believe, Mihalik on the mound, so we do apologize. Runner goes, ground ball right side towards second, picked up in the hole, throw to 1 is in time for out number 2. But we do apologize, did not get an official lineup card for the game, just told who the pitcher was going to be, and it appears because of that elongated break, it has changed. And then now our goal is to figure out who is in right, which I would assume then would have to be Thomas, but we will see. 2 down, runner at second, and it'll be McClellan stepping in. Andrew McClellan, wearing number 21, just finished up his junior campaign at Nordonia. Ground ball hit down the third base side, foul. Count now 0-1. Looking ahead to the top of the second inning for the Braves, it is Aviles, Higgins, and Mihalik, 4, 5, and 6. Count is 0-1. The pitch bounces in but blocked behind the dish. Good work from Adams. Once again, the Braves are the only team playing today that are playing a doubleheader. And a very long doubleheader at that. Ball fouled away, and you see the runner did take off for third. So some aggression from Sabanya. But count now 1-2. In the on-deck circle, if McClellan keeps the inning going, it goes to Evan Ikes. Favorable count for Mihalik on the rubber. The 1-2, good drive, deep to left field, and it is over the left fielder's head, and Force Ohio is going to strike first. McClellan in at second, and he is going to pump the brakes there. A powerful swing from the first baseman. That is enough to open the scoring in game number 4 of the day. Tough out in left field, so close to making the play. It just beats Hall in the end, and that'll be an RBI double for McClellan. Getting on the board early is always a joy. But doing it in a game like this, a game that was delayed, it gives you an extra bit of belief that, okay, despite the delay, we can still bring our best game to these guys and we can cause some chaos. And now Ikes, the third baseman, steps in. He just finished up his junior campaign at NDCL in Chardon. But Force Ohio off to a good start, up 1-0 early. And the Braves defense now playing a little bit deeper, not just the infield, but also the outfield. And you would assume the outfield would, given where the ball was played. First pitch is going to hit the zone for strike one. And as the sun has come back out, it is becoming a lot warmer at Kent State, as you would imagine. Throughout the day, it's been I would say, solid day for baseball. The clouds have been descending on the field, but for the most part, it has not been hot. But now that it is, that could definitely accelerate some fatigue. The 0-2 runs in, and there is strike three looking. The side is retired. Second strikeout of the game for Mihalik, and the inning is over. But not before the opening run of the game scores on an RBI double. A tough play out in left ends the momentum that the defense of the Braves was starting to get. Through one in Kent, it is Force Ohio up 1-0 on the Braves. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium, top of the second inning, getting underway. It is Force Ohio up 1-0 on the Ohio Braves. And the goal of the Braves offense right now is simple: get the one run they allowed back. It's Aviles, Higgins, and Mihalik trying to do so after a double play ended the top of the first inning. The 1-0 backs out of Aviles, now 2-0 the count. So far in this game, we have seen couple of good defensive plays, but still, the one way that the run scored was up in the air. You could call it a double. You could also call it an error, as it was one of those, okay, you can see the error, but also you can see grounds to call it an actual hit. Either way, that is the point of difference right now, and looks to be for a while. Good rip into left field, but caught for out number one. That is Baker underneath it, making the play. 1 up, 1 down, and that'll bring in Luke Higgins, the EH. Higgins was the starting and winning pitcher of game number 1 today for the Braves. But this Braves offense struggling to get their footing, I would say. That is the best way to describe how they are looking so far. But still plenty of time left to work, and going back to the last game, albeit they did it with no outs, they scored a bunch of runs in the second inning. This team just needs some time to warm back up after that long delay. Hit up the middle and through into center field. It is a one-out screamer from Higgins. Able to get that one through, perfectly placed. That is a great piece of momentum hitting-wise for the offense. And that'll be the first hit of the game for the Braves as well. Their other base runner today reached on a walk, but getting that single is big, as that gives them some momentum, and you see their Higgins blowing it right past the starting pitcher Moppins. The lefty Mihalik now steps in. First pitch to him is a strike, 0-1 the count. For those just tuning in, we started this game late at around 4:05. So the hope is that we can get through the rest of the day with no more interruptions. It's always tough given the Northeast Ohio weather always changing, and even the weather that I'm seeing, it just constantly is flipping between a couple of different responses. The 0-1 will miss. Depends on which source you believe. We could have storms at 5. We could have nothing the rest of the day. Or later on after we're all gone. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2. Heavy cut from Mihalik. In the on-deck circle, it is Wes June, the second baseman. Runner at first, 1 down. Fly ball once again sent into left field, and it is going to drop foul. It is able to eke left of the line to, I'm sure, the joy of Force Ohio, as otherwise that would have been extra bases, and that ball probably would have gotten stuck in the corner. So a lucky, lucky break for them. Count remains 1-2. The Braves offense looking for one breakthrough. All it takes is one breakthrough to change the trajectory of the game. And that's a good take in the box. And still, as the game goes on, more and more instructions given from third base for this offense. The 2-2, once again, driven foul, and I think off of the speaker and right down into the dugout of Force. It appears that everybody's okay, but that is a scary ricochet. And it's not like anybody can anticipate that kind of movement either. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Backs him out for ball 3, and we are full. Austin Mihalik wearing number 3, the starting pitcher today. He's a rising junior at Berea Mid-Park. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner could be off on the pitch. We'll see. Payoff, he stays put, and that'll be ball 4. So after a leadoff flyout, back-to-back batters reach. And that'll set up Wes June, the second baseman. June, wearing number 6, comes to this squad by way of South Central. There he is going to be a rising senior. First pitch taken low for ball 1. Good decision. But you can still see that eagerness in the box to want to just uncork on the baseball. That is every batter's desire to go up there and smash the ball into the outfield. But it's the guys who consistently hit singles that make the world of baseball go round. There's a lot of pieces in the OHSAA right now who know that role and play it very well. Two-0 count on June. Hoppins's pitch is skied on the infield. High hanger over towards third. It'll be caught for out number 2. That is Ikes getting underneath it for Force. And that is a big step in the right direction for Force. And with 2 down, that'll bring in Ryan Camden, the third baseman. Camden won Player of the Game honors presented by CrossFit Strongsville in their first game of the day, our third game. And he comes to the squad by way of Westlake, where he is a rising junior. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Looking ahead to next inning for Force Ohio, it is Riley Baker and France, 6, 7, and 8 for the offense of the home team. The 1-0 wave and a miss, now 1-1. Good cut, just not making contact at the right point. Still 2 on, 2 down in the top of the second inning. Nice block behind the dish, keeping it close. Now 2-1. And just to remind you, one more game left to go today, scheduled for 5:30. Now, given the delay, probably 6:30, it is going to be the H24 Longhorns taking on Press On Baseball. And some members of Press On have made their way over to Schoonover Stadium, and they will take in the majority of this game. Three balls, one strike the count. The pitch. Fly ball sent foul towards the left side. We are full. Just like the prior three games, a lot of foul balls in this one so far, albeit a very small sample size. Either way, a very good day of baseball so far at Kent. A lot better and really a lot longer than a lot of us expected it to be. Payoff pitch, rope to the left side, through to left field. They're going to send the tying run home. The relay is going to be cut off. The play at home not in time, and it is going to go down as an RBI single for Ryan Camden, and we are tied up at 1. Well-placed ball by Camden off to that left side. Battle made it a full count and finally got the proper piece. The Braves offense, all it took was one single to spark them. And 3 batters later, they finally bring him around to score. Tie ball game. And the go-ahead run stands in scoring position for Bruno Berlin, the shortstop. Berlin cuts and misses down low for strike 1. Force is going to need to respond in the bottom of the inning. Otherwise, this Braves offense, they're ready to work. They're ready to roll. You got to be careful with them. The 0-1 rope to the left side, scooped up at third. Nice play, and the side is retired. Nice play over at the hot corner by Ikes, and the inning is over. But not before Camden ties it up for the Braves. Middle of 2 in Kent. 1-1 your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Honors even at 1 as we flip to the bottom of the second inning. 1-1 your score. Both sides able to score a run in the past 2 half innings. Bottom of the first for Force. Top of the second for the Ohio Braves. The 1-0 swing and a miss now. 1-1 the count. The Braves offense finally able to kind of encapsulate what made them so great in the last game, and that was timely hitting. When they needed a spark, somebody stepped up to the plate and made it happen. Weak rounder hit to short. Throw to 1. It's in time for out number 1. Good work by the middle infield, able to get the first out of the frame, retiring Riley. And with 1 down, that'll bring up Baker. Stephen Baker wearing number 1. He is a now graduate, I believe, of Valley Forge. That is the one question that we did have for the roster, as we had to go to Max Preps to double check these. So that is an unconfirmed location. First pitch up high for ball 1. And once again, checking the radar, it does look like some rain is coming back, but we'll see if it does actually hit or not. It does appear that Press On once again is here, and haven't seen anything of the Longhorns yet, but I believe they are holding off their arrival until this game is a little bit further through. But if we do have another lengthy delay, that could spell the end of this. Don't know for sure yet, but we will see what ends up happening. 2-1, good piece into shallow right center. It is going to drop in there for a nice one-out single. Nice piece of hitting for Force, and that'll give them a runner. Louis France, the catcher, now steps in. France, a rising senior at Lakewood. And that Lakewood squad, a lot of top talent. They do lose their catcher in Logan Ellis, so a guy like France could step into that role and become a great one-year starter on varsity. Anybody that can step up for the Rangers is big for them, as they have aspirations to make it further than they did this year. First pitch wide for ball 1. Not a bad outing so far for Mihalik, but still plenty of work left to do. One oh the count. The pitch is going to miss for ball 2. Mihalik sets, fires the 2-0 down low for ball 3. Mihalik struggling to find the zone right now, needs a good get-right pitch. Usually that 2-0 pitch is where you want to get that redemption pitch in. Gives you 2-1, gives you a fighting shot, but here, 3-0 count, needs it here. And he will find it for strike 1 on the inside corner. Good response from Mihalik, but needs more. And just the way that these guys are playing right now, it's going to be one of those slower games unless somebody heats things up. Throwback to 1 is not going to be in time. And I think it would take a really big hit, not the double that we've seen or even good base running. I think it's going to take a really, really big hit to really spark the energy levels, as there's nothing from either dugout right now. The 3-1 is up high for ball 4. And that'll be back-to-back base runners for Force, just like it happened in the last inning for the Braves. Now it is Dowell, the DH, stepping in. Dowell, wearing number 35, is a rising senior at Lakewood. So 2 Rangers on this roster of Force. First pitch up high for ball 1. But France does have, or Dowell, excuse me, has the power here to really get that big, big hit. That's what we're going to talk about this entire game until it actually happens. We got to see that one big swing that wakes up the bench. Because once again, it's hot. It's kind of humid out here. We're not seeing much energy from either dugout, or in this case, the diamond for the Braves, as they have pretty much everybody out there. And now they're going to call time to talk things over. And in the meantime, we will preview the rest of our schedule for this week. Later on today, it is the H24 Longhorns taking on Press On Baseball. And that'll conclude day number 1 of the Kent State/Akron Open. On Friday, we will be at Jackson. Same with Saturday, 9:30 and 12 first pitches, as we will have the NABF World Series for the 16U division. And then we close out the NABF World Series for the 16U division on Sunday. Semifinals and finals are there. Saturday, we have 2 games that are a part of the quarterfinals. So we will get a good preview as to who are the teams to look out for in that semifinal to final window. Who will get there? We'll know 2 of them just from what we've covered. But Friday, they'll give us more of a overall view of what to expect. The 1-1 swing and a miss, now 1-2. And whatever was said during that powwow clearly helping. But only one away. You got to find more than just one here. You got to find a way to keep them going. The 1-2 bounces in, count even. Two balls, two strikes. Still two runners on here. One down. Mihalik's pitch, well, outside for ball 3, and we are full. Had that one good pitch to respond, but now starting to lose him again. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. A big payoff pitch sent into center field. That one has a chance to get down, but it will not. It is caught in center field for out number 2. And that is a good start after that powwow to get back to their best. The Braves need a lot more to go their way in this game, not only in this inning to get out of it with no damage done, but they need the offense to continue their role. And once again, it is very difficult to come back out after that delay and play some good baseball. It really is, as you're rested, you're just ready to be on break, but now you have to go back out there and play after just a long hour delay. Readiness in tournament play means a lot. And it appears that both squads are here ready to go for the next game, but as it is the bottom of the second inning, and a lot of that because of the delay, we're not going to be ready for them for a little while longer. Popped up over towards the right side of the infield, called off at second. The play is made, and the side is retired. No damage done by force in the second inning, ending our streak of back-to-back half innings where 1 run scored. Through 2 at Schoonover Stadium. Honors even at 1 on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Two innings complete in our penultimate game of the day, as it is a 1-1 score. Both sides able to score 1 run so far, but both kind of coming in different fashions. For the Braves, it was timely hitting. For Force, they got lucky on a ball, just blooped over the head of the left fielder. He had it, and then just all of a sudden the tracking wasn't right, and he missed it. And still was scored a double, as he didn't make contact from what I could see. But this has been a tough game for both sides. I've talked about it a little bit already. The energy levels are way down from what it really should be in a game like this. And a lot of that does stem from that break that we had. We had a 50-minute rain delay, and we could see another coming soon, just depending on if the storms do come back like they're supposed to or not. Today was supposed to be a total wash, but in the end we did get through a good amount of games before the cancellations/delays began. 3-1 foul down the left field line. Now a full count, 3-2. And it looks like we're going to take a second here as the ball is retrieved from the left field corner. As the ball is retrieved, we will try it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. Popped up to the left side and foul right towards the Force Ohio dugout and onto the clubhouse where it eventually skips off of and down to the side. A lot of baseballs on that graveyard on top of the clubhouse. Here comes the payoff pitch. Bounces in for ball 4, and the leadoff man, Thomas, is aboard. Good patience in the box by Thomas as he's able to draw out the walk. Had a good start and then had a battle for it, but in the end wins it and has a chance to run the bases. Brady Adams, the catcher and number 11 hitter, steps in for the first time in this game. Once again, for those just tuning in, the Ohio Braves kept the same exact order as last game. Runner goes, throw down, easily in time for out number 1. Excellent throw from behind the dish. France has the caught stealing. And that is a big first out. It erases the base runner, and it resets everything. France with one heck of a throw, and you'll see it on the replay. The runner's not really even close. The ball well ahead of him. And this could be a turning point momentum-wise for Force. The pitch, swing and a miss. Count now 1-2. Adams, the starting catcher, wearing number 22, just finished up his sophomore year at Berea Mid-Park. And as well, for those unfamiliar with the grade levels and what their correlating year is, the current senior class or upcoming senior class is 26, junior 27, sophomore 28, freshman 29. Count remains 1-2 as he fouls that one off. Every single year, the window that the rising junior class can get contacted by college coaches is earlier and earlier, and that window is already open. So the 27s, they could be getting a call very soon. Throw from short to first is true for out number 2. Nice work on the simple ground out to short. That throw coming across from Sabanya. 2 up, 2 down, and we go back to the top of the order with Rafalski. Rafalski 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. As well, looking at the temperature, as it's definitely gone up a good amount. It is right now 80, but feels a lot warmer than that with the humidity. We'd love to get a real feel here, and for the turf, you have to add on a couple of extra degrees. Now I'm seeing 88, feels like 97. And that, I would say, is a lot more accurate. No way it's 80 out here. It's too warm for that, and once again, the humidity, killer. Moppins sets and fires, swing and a miss, gets the chase. Good delivery from Moppins. He has been good so far. We'll see if he does stay in on the mound the whole time or not. I would assume they're going to let him throw for as long as he can. The pitch bounces on in for a ball. But as well, looking down below, a lot of the fans did stay in the end. A lot of fans did vacate and go home. But for the most part, everybody has stayed, which is always good to see, especially in those longer delays. Rafalski takes inside, and we will have a 2-out base runner for the Braves. But I think the moment that the delay was officially called and the rain started coming down, everybody went to their car, and they did not expect to come back. And the fact that we're playing in the field held up is very impressive. But once again, we're going to celebrate our day of games once the day is done, not right now. First pitch to Hall is a strike, 0-1 the count. So far today, the left fielder 0 for 0 as he walked his first time up. Maupin sets and delivers. Goes to the outside edge and connects. Now an 0-2 count. Force in the bottom of the inning has Sabanya, Porter, and McClelland 2, 3, and 4 hitting. The 0-2 taken for ball 1. Good spot, but just not in the right perfect location. But still a lot of close misses today from Maupins. He has been in and around the strike zone, and that has earned him a couple of extra strikes on the chase. Runner goes 1-2, and it is strike 3 looking, and now the side is retired. I think the catcher behind the dish was like, where was the call a couple seconds ago before I threw down? Either way, France, a nice throw down, more of practice than anything. And the inning is over. That is strikeout number 2 today from Maupins. But going back to that call, 1, 2, and then he begins the windup to call the strike. Either way, it is called strike 3. The inning is over. Middle of 3 at Schoonover Stadium. The Ohio Braves won. Force Ohio won your score on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Bottom 3 at Schoonover Stadium. 1-1 your score, a good game so far. This is what we wanted from this game, a nice tight affair, but still, the one thing we're looking for, that big breakthrough moment in the game. One team gets a big hit, and then from there, it's off to the races. Haven't had it quite yet, and I don't know how close we are to getting it in this inning. For Force, it is Sabanya, Porter, and McClelland, 2, 3, and 4, who so far today has reached twice. One on an RBI double, one on a walk, and then the middleman Porter grounded out to second. Sabanya pops that one up off to the right side. Caught over at first for out number 1 in foul territory. One up and one quick down. That'll bring in Matthias Porter, the right fielder from Avon. This Force Ohio squad, mainly juniors, a couple of seniors listed, and those guys are more fill-in guys when needed. And I believe Baker is a good example of that as he is here today. A couple of guys not here, not active at least so far. But that could change as the week goes on, as this is only day number 1 of pool play. A lot of times you'll lose guys early on that come back later on, or you have a guy who throws game number 1 of the tournament and then is done. So once we hit tournament championship Sunday, the second to last championship Sunday of the summer, then I'm sure we'll see a couple of extra names and faces that we know thrown back onto these rosters. 2-0, swing and a miss, now 2-1. And that is always the tough thing with travel ball. You never know who is going to be their guest playing. You don't know who's going to show up and be the hero on any given day. Time now called, and I believe it was initiated by the batter Porter, but it looked like the umpire also may have had something in his eye, so kind of an obscure stoppage. 2-1 is going to miss, and on the stick does not get the desired outcome. Now a 3-1 count. Couple of shakeoffs from Mihalik. And once again, time called. For those tuning in looking to catch the end of this game, well, you're not catching the end, you're catching kind of the middle portion of the game. 50-minute rain delay derailed the start of this one to around 4:05. 3-1 up high for ball 4. And with 1 down, Force will have a base runner. Good patience from Porter. A couple of close calls, but remained patient. And in the end, he is easily at first. Now it is McClelland stepping in, the first baseman. An RBI doubles to his name so far. Good drive into center field, but it is caught for out number 2. Throw back to first. Bounces wide towards the dugout, and it is not going to get in. But still, that could have been costly. It was a great idea to throw back. They almost got him, but the one hop very nearly costed second base anyway. So the inning will continue with 2 down as Ickes steps in. Very intrigued, though, that he went that far. It didn't look like the ball was going to drop in anyway, but in the end it did. Runner at first, 2 down. First pitch off the dish for ball 1. And looking at the weather app, feels like 96, humidity of 61%. 1-0 misses low for ball 2. And looking at what is anticipated, at least for Kent State, it's not looking likely that we're going to get everything in today. Hopefully we'll get this game done and dusted. That is the goal, and I've said it all day. Each game we get in is one more than at this time yesterday we were supposed to get in. I believe I mentioned it back in game number 1. Initially at 8:35 today, the skies were supposed to open up, and it wasn't supposed to stop. Which if that was the case, we would have had 5 minutes of baseball. But in the end, we were able to get a lot more done. 2-1 foul tipped back, now 2-2. And we played through some rough patches in the last game. And that was more because of the score and not because of the conditions. It looked like it was going to be a blowout, and it ended up being a blowout. 2-2, swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Nice work on the mound by Mihalik to get that strikeout. He now has 3. Through 3 in Portage, it is 1-1. The Ohio Braves and Force Ohio tied up on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. First pitch of the fourth is going to be a strike, and there is officially the call. It looked like it was going to be called, but in the end, he kind of just took a couple extra seconds. Either way, 0-1 the count, getting us underway as we are nearing the halfway point of this game. So far, the offense limited to 1 inning apiece. Bottom 1 for Force, top of 2 for the Braves. And that has given us a very, very slow game. And this is, once again, what we expected. This is what happens after an hour of a rain delay. These kids come back out. They're looking for that spark, and they just haven't found it yet. The defense is having a lot of that is because of some just tough plays and some errors on the bases. We have seen that a couple of times so far. And it almost ended the last inning. The 0-2 is sliced over towards short. Good scoop on the one hop. Throw to one is low, but there for out number 1. Nice work all the way around to retire Jolliffe. 3, 4, and 5 this inning for the Braves as Jolliffe is retired. Still Aviles and Higgins to look forward to. And once again, looking at the radar, storms are expected to once again hit soon. And I think the goal is to get through this game at least. I don't know if the H24 Longhorns are here or not yet. Press on, they are here, they're off to the side. Do not have confirmation on if the Longhorn cohort is here or not yet. But we will see what time they end up getting here. They were scheduled for 5:30, but obviously it is delayed. One hop to third, throw to one is true. 2 down. Good work on the left side. Back-to-back putouts, 1 at short, 1 at third. And that'll bring in Higgins as the left side looks to make it a trifecta. The one thing is, if there were to be a hypothetical storm that ends the day, these guys will most likely just pick it up another time during this competition. We've seen that, but at the same time with so many teams, it could be a complete game after 5. Every inning you want to play to try and take the lead, especially if it's a tie game. Even more so, you got to play for it here. You got to play to take that lead. You can't leave anything up to Mother Nature. And that is called playing for the lead. Nice single up the middle from Higgins. He is now 2 for 2 on the day. And last time he singled, he came around to score. But no matter the game, you never know in summer ball when something is going to go sideways. Whether it be heat postpones the game for a little bit. We've had that happen this summer. A random spot-up shower comes in. You're at the time limit. You always have to be ready. You always have to have an opportunity to take the lead that you can benefit from. And I feel like this is a good opportunity for them. Even though it's 2 outs, you do have that runner on. You do have that slight spark. You just need a little bit more to go your way. Chop the foul now, 1-1 the count. And now with that run around, this is the perfect time for that big, big impact swing that we talk about. That big rip down one of the lines. Place it in the left field corner for a triple. I know that'll take a lot to get him all the way around, but even a double gets the job done where rips it to the right side and you get that triple. Something that brings in the run and something that I would say is worthy of a big celebration. That is the kind of hit they need here. And same with Force. They have that double, but then again, that was just more of a placement thing. Here comes the 1-2. Hit foul. And I believe over in left field, you might be able to see him on your screen. We do have some on-looking press-on players as they are watching from behind the fence. Once again, they are up next as they take on the H24 Longhorns. The 1-2, ground ball, chopped to second, and on the fielder's choice, the side is retired. Nice work by Riley as he is taken in stride to the bag, and the inning is over. Halfway point of this one, 1-1 your score. This is the 2025 Kent State/Akron Open on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Force Ohio's offense looking for a breakthrough in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-1 your score on SmeeSports. We have already seen one game end in a tie today, and the way this game is going, we could see a second. The time limit does kind of stay in line with the way this game is going, as that would bring us to 5:05 at the point where 6:05 at the point where no new innings can start. And then that puts us directly where we need to be, as we are at the halfway point right now. But time limit and all that aside, the offense is still coming up flat. We've had a couple of base hits so far in this game for each team. The Braves, they have 3 and only 2 for Force. Couple of walks, couple of errors. It's just been a really, really slow day for this contest. And just given how the Braves played in game number 1, I'm very surprised that they haven't found their offensive answer yet. They have been tremendous offensively. They had that big, big game no less than 5 hours ago. 9 runs in one inning, then 5 in the next. They brought their all, and in the end, that may have been their entire bit of offense, which I don't think that is yet. I still think they have time to correct things, and they have 9 outs to work with. But for now, the offense has not really been able to provide a spark. But the defense sure has. 1 up, 1 down. It is strikeout number 4 from Mihalik. And that retires Riley, as it is 6, 7, and 8 this inning for Force. With Riley retired, it goes to Stephen Baker, the left fielder. 1 for 1 today with a single. Good rip down the line. Foul. 0-1 the count. Once again, up next, it is Press on Baseball taking on the H24 Longhorns in our nightcap. Start time to be determined. 0-1 connects, now 0-2. And as well, stick with us after this game goes final. Then we will announce our player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. The 0-2 upstairs for ball 1. Good take. As much as I mentioned that big hit, that big play, you have to also be patient. You cannot get trigger happy at this point in the game. One mistake and this game flips. 1-2 up high for ball 2. I would say staying vigilant is more important than anything. And doing so in a game like this is always tough. You want to get that big inning. You want everything now, but you have to be ready to wait your turn. But be ready for when your time comes. Ground ball chopped to second. Throw to 1 is true for out number 2. And I feel like the way that the Braves are playing there, bringing the game a challenge style. They're being a little bit more aggressive. That's kind of what that means. That is going to get them better results in the end. So far, they haven't had the big, big hit yet. Neither team has been able to find it. But I feel like we're getting close. And if we're going to have any more runs in this game, we have to be getting close. First pitch taken inside for a strike, 0-1 the count. In the next inning for the Braves, it is June, Camden, and Berlin. Once again, pop to second. Easy throw to one is in time, and the side is retired in order. Yet another great defensive showing from the Braves, and that'll keep it a 1-1 score heading into the fifth. Both sides desperately searching for an offensive outburst. Which team will get it? Find out soon. For complete at Schoonover Stadium, it is a deadlock. 1-1 your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Starting to get into the home stretch. Top of the fifth in game number 4 of the day. 1-1 your score on SmeeSports. This has been our lowest scoring game of the day, as so far we have had a couple of high scoring affairs. Game number 1, 18 combined runs. It was a 13-5 victory for Ohio Elite. Game number 2, a 4-4 tie, so 8 combined runs. Game number 3, it was a massive 14-1 victory for the Ohio Braves, so 15 combined runs. And here we are right now with 2 combined. So not too far away, but all joking aside, a very good defensive battle, as there it is on display. A nice throw across the diamond from Sabanya for out number 1. And sometimes these defensive games teach you more about these rosters than the offensive. You look around the diamond, it's a lot more difficult for 9 guys to be playing their best defensive game than best offensive. Even when things don't go your way offensively, you could still walk if you just stand in there and take a bunch of pitches. On the diamond, if a ball is hit you, you have to make a play. Big difference. And so far, this has been a game where all the offensive guys have kind of had their struggles, and all the defensive guys, not quite. They have been on their best game today. And finding that balance is where the best teams live. The 5 to 9 runs per game, while allowing maybe 3 to 4, a good enough margin that wins you games 80% of the time. That is what they want to find. And right now that balance is kind of not here and doesn't look like it will be. Here comes the 2-1. Down low for ball 3. The on-deck circle after Camden, that is going to be Berlin. Camden does have the lone RBI of the day for the Braves, and he has a chance to get potentially a 1-out rally going. The 3-1 is on the inside corner for strike 2, and we are full. The radar did say we would have some rain at 5:16, and here we are. And once again, we hope to defy the odds. Payoff pitch is low for ball 4, and Camden will reach for the second time today. And not surprised either to see both pitchers hanging in this game. Each have allowed one run, and they have been really solid. This game, when you look at it, you're going to see, okay, there's a delay, and the offense is not really being as aggressive, but a lot of that is because of these pitchers. They have been tremendous. They have been able to control the game for their squads. That's not an easy thing to do in pool play. Usually that's when the offenses are trying to create the most flair. That way people start to fear them come tournament time. But right now the pitchers, we're not going to see them again in this tournament, but they're doing a tremendous job. And all it takes is having a good performance in front of the right coaches to get you on the fast track to the next level. And this could be that performance for Maupins or for Mihalik. 0-1 sent screaming into left field, high hanging. And it'll be called off and caught in left by Baker for out number 2. They got the 1-out walk, but nothing else going. And it looks like the one umpire just took a quick check behind, and hopefully that is just to kind of keep things going along. And right now, if we continue to play this kind of pace, we could have this game realistically go 8-9 innings if we don't have a run score. And that's not a bad thing. Having a longer game, we have until 6:05 to start a new inning pretty much. Each inning takes, I would say, 15 minutes. That gives us, I would say, the 8th and potentially the 9th. Or we do have a winner in 7. It just depends on how this one finishes. I haven't seen that play yet to say, okay, one of these teams is for sure going to be able to score in this game. But there's a chance it's coming soon, or there's also a chance that we play the full 2 hours and boom, we're going to end it at 1-1. The offenses are going to have some questions heading into their next pool play game to take in for ball 3. But right now the Braves just playing the patient game. They could get a runner in scoring position, the go-ahead run, and that go-ahead run in a game like this, oh so important, especially given where we are in the timeline. 3-0 is in there for strike 1, a good response from Maupins. I don't believe there is any action in the forced bullpen, but that could change soon. And actually, yes, there is. Now seeing it behind the tent, there is an arm getting loose, and I believe it is a righty. Ground ball, shot to second. This could be a tough play. Nice charge. Throw to 1 is in time, and the side is retired. Almost a collision in the base path, but excellent work at 2 by Riley to avoid the runner, and the inning is over. Middle of 5 at Schoonover Stadium. The Ohio Braves won. Force Ohio won your score. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,500 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. There is no cost associated with it, but it greatly helps out all we do at SmeeSports. As we step aside and hear a word from our sponsors, we flip to the bottom of the 5th inning. A very good game on hand for those who love defense. 1-1 your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Bottom of 5 starts with a first pitch down low in the dirt, 1-0 the count. And for those just tuning in, this has been a great defensive battle. Both sides just making play after play. A lot of routine plays, yes, but sometimes making the routine plays is enough to really show that you have enough grit and grind to win these kind of games. And just based on everything right now, it's going to take one blow, one mistake to decide the winner of this game. That is what's going to happen. Some team is going to have one great play go their way, and the other team is going to be at the expensive end of it. And that's going to decide our winner. And that's not a bad thing in a game like this. It could be decided bottom 7, could be decided this inning. We do have a long time left to go on the time limit, so we'll see if that does end up playing a role in this finish. Right now, the answer appears to be yes, it could. But we will see as this game progresses. "3-1 the count. The pitch. Ground ball hit to the left side. Nice pick over at third. Throw to 1 is there for out number 1. And that'll retire France. Or Doel, excuse me. With 1 down, we go back to the top of the order. It is Silverstone. Silverstone so far today 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out. First pitch sails high for ball 1. Once again, up next, it is going to be the H24 Longhorns and Press On, completing our day at Kent State. The 1-0 is taken for a strike. Now 1-1 the count. Both starting pitchers staying in the game. It is Mihalik still on the rubber for the Braves. And it is still going to be Moppins on the mound for Force. Swing and a miss, up and in. Now 1-2 the count. And behind us, we do have some storm clouds rolling in. So once again, the goal is to get through this game. Here comes the 1-2, up and out for ball 2. Press on there, getting ready on the edge of the entrance to the diamond. They're just eager for this one to get done so they can go out there and do their thing against the Longhorns. The 2-2 taken for ball 3, and we are full. But this has been an interesting day at Kent State. Throughout the entire day, the question was, when is it going to rain? Is it going to rain? First 2 games, got through it. There was some rain. Then game number 3, we had the downpour. We still do have standing water across the facility. Nothing on the diamond. The mound did surprisingly hold up really nice. So the hope is that we can get through this and then the next game and get out of here before the Storms come back. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, and there is out number 2. Strikeout number 5 today for Mihalik. And once again, he has been great. Both pitchers have been outstanding in this game. Now combined 7 strikeouts. The Braves offense forcing a lot more contact than the Force offense. But it doesn't matter how you get the out, whether it be a strikeout or a ground out. An out's an out. And the further we go on in this game, the more and more the sentiment remains. Whichever team makes the next mistake will probably walk out of here feeling like they could have done a little bit more to win the game, and they'll walk out of here either 0-1 or 1-1 in pool play. But the Braves have a chance to walk out of here 2-0. And that would be a statement start for them in this tournament, and that gives them some wiggle room if the next couple of days do not go to plan. And being the only team playing 2 games early on, that is big. And that gives them an extra day off during the week. 3-0 is going to miss for ball 4. And with 2 down, Sabanya will reach. That'll be Sabanya's second walk of the game. Back to Porter we are now with 2 down. A walk and a ground out for Porter so far in the contest. 1 on, 2 down. As for the Braves in the next inning, it's Adams, Ravalski, and Hall. So that'll be 11-1-2. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Something to note, this is a different crew than the first 3 games of the day. So if you watch any of those and are back for this one, just trying to figure out what happened to the zone, well, there you go. I don't think it's that crazy different, but I would say it's worth noting. Count out 1-1. We did see that tempting look from Adams as he thought about throwing down. Now the runner's going to go. He will throw. No, not quite. He's going to eat it behind the dish. Now 2-1, and that puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. So a big spot for Force to be here. One hit, and they could take the lead, and they might be able to not look back. The 2-1 is low for ball 3. And even more so, if you are the Braves, you got to get out of this inning. You can't allow the mistake here. You got to fight, as this has been a great game for them. If they lose, or really if either team loses, they should feel hard done by, as they have played 2 great, solid defensive games. Defense can win you a lot of contests. Just today, one team is going to falter at the last hurdle, or both are going to falter, and it's going to be a tie. Runner goes, wave and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. Full count now. And very important on that swing, that moves the runner up 90 feet. A single then for sure is enough. And I think we would see a first and third steal to try and put 2 in scoring position, or bait the throw and take home in the meantime. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Excellent work by Mihalik as he is able to get his 6th strikeout of the game, and the side is retired. The go-ahead run stood 90 feet away from home, but in the end, he couldn't get any closer. Through 5 in Kent, it is a 1-1 ball game. You are watching the 2025 Kent State/Akron Open on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium, top of the 6th inning, about to get underway. And even more than the last inning, every single pitch, every single play, every single opportunity, it's going to mean a little bit more. We are nearing the end of this game, and it feels like a great, great close game. But still, the fact remains, it's 1-1. The offenses have had their struggles, and we're waiting for that still big through hit. Ground ball hit to third. Throw to 1 in time for out number 1. And that'll retire Adams with ease. But we haven't had that big hit yet in this game. The one that you look at and say, wow, that changed the game. But not quite. We've come close a couple of times. A couple of nice pieces up the middle. But a single is only going to do so much for momentum. And once again, the dugouts have not been active. That is a key to victory. You have to have an active dugout. Neither side has really been active in this game. And going to the final one of the day, both dugouts are needing to be active in that contest. The 0-1 runs inside. Gonna miss. Now 1-1 the count. And as well, thank you to the H24 Longhorns for running us their lineup and their roster for the next game. Should be a good one. Just looking at who is going to be where and seeing what I'm seeing. That should be a very good lineup and a very fun one as well. A lot of top-tier talents on that roster. They're going to bat 10. And you look at who they have out there. The number 4 hitter, maybe the most intriguing guy that is uncommitted in the class of 2026, as you don't hear much about Brock Woods, but when you do, it's sheer power. And we'll talk a lot more about him soon. And Brock Woods, Marlington, very happy to still have him. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Rafalski. Maupin's pitch is going to bounce in, and we are full. Just to go to the wide angle just to show, we do have some clouds coming in, but still, I would say, a very nice, good setting for this game. Here's the payoff pitch. Fouled back. And for those playing the time limit game at home, we have until 6:05 to start a new inning. So that should be enough time for the 7th and maybe the 8th if necessary. The payoff one more time. And we will see it again as, once again, Rafalski fouls it back. Excellent battle shown by the leadoff hitter. So far in this game, Rafalski is 0 for 1. He struck out and he walked. So he has been safe once today. Just has to replicate that again here. Count still full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Once again, the payoff pitch runs inside, and that is ball 4. Second walk of the day for Rafalski, and it comes with 1 down. Going back to what I said at the beginning of this segment, everything matters a little bit more. Every base runner, 1 more opportunity, 1 more great opportunity to potentially change this game and have both teams kind of have to seal their fate. Ground ball to the left side. Throw to 1 is in time for out number 2. Hall plays his role, grounding out. And now it is up to Anderson Jolliffe to bring in the go-ahead run. And I feel like with 2 down right now, I kind of think, based on the way this game is going, this is where Jolliffe can really show, okay, this is why I am one of the best players at my position in NEO. It's positions like this that he's used to with his time at Independence. Fly ball sent foul, 0-1 the count. And once again, not to beat the dead horse of going back to his connection with his brother, but I'm sure older brother has helped him out time and time again with dealing with pressure situations. And this one is a big one for his squad. It's an 0-1 count. The pitch. Takes it down low and count now even. In the bottom of the inning for Force, it is going to be McClelland, Ikes, and Riley, 4, 5, and 6. And now we have a rundown between second and third, but Rafalski able to get back in. And the umpire behind the ditch. You see him on your screen right above the scorebug. He was ready to spring into action, and the moment he saw that second base was pretty much a guarantee that he'd be back. I think he just kind of let bygones be bygones and accepted what happened. The 1-1, once again, flown but foul. Jolliffe getting underneath the baseball, needs to get that barrel more head on. And that's very tough to do. He's doing everything right. He's making contact. He's tracking the ball properly. But the most difficult thing in baseball, the easiest thing to say, but the most difficult thing as a hitter, just straighten it out. The 1-2 taken as it breaks over the plate. Count now even. But I would say, given all the information we have and all that we've seen today, this is the Braves' best chance right here. The 2-2 off the plate for ball 3, and we are full. The next best chance comes with Higgins, who is 2 for 2. He would be due up second if Jolliffe ends the inning. 3-2 pitch. It is going to miss for ball 4. Jolliffe, an excellent take. He now is on, 2 down. And even more so, this could be the last chance that the Braves have. They'll still have the 7th, but momentum-wise, situation-wise, everything within the context of this game-wise, this is going to be their best chance, and they know that. But they cannot overcomplicate this. They have to keep it a simple situation, which is so difficult to do. But going back to what some of the best college coaches have told us in the past, we go to Rowan's head coach. They played in those big games before. They know how to deal with it, and they don't make the moment bigger than it is. And that's a squad that made it to the College World Series for Division III. And that is a pass ball putting 2 runners in scoring position. But going back to that point, keeping the moment, that's big. You have to just kind of treat it as another situation. Okay, I have an opportunity to bring in 2 runs here with 2 outs. Outside of the game score, it's just a simple at-bat. Let's go out there and give it our all. And with Aviles, a guy who is over 2 in, no better guy. And usually in these situations, teams turn to the guys who haven't done anything in the game, who haven't reached. They say, okay, these guys have reached. You haven't. What's your contribution to the game? Show us. Aviles pops it up the middle, caught on the mound. It's a foot race to the bag, and the pitcher is going to win it. A very surprising foot race, and you can tell based on that reaction, there is no love lost there, and kind of a friendly reaction between Aviles and his counterpart. A nice, tough sprint across, and that is enough to get the out, as that is the new...
The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
After the Braves had one of their best opportunities of the day to take the lead, now it's Force's turn to try and do the same in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's just such a tough game right now to decide who's going to win it. I'm still, and that's kind of what I've been thinking since the 4th or 5th, thinking this one has a good chance to end in a tie. And I don't think that would be a bad thing just given how this game has gone. It would just be really weird to see 2 ties in one day at the same facility. And the next game, which is Press On and the H24 Longhorns, has a chance to make it 3 ties then, if that does end up being the case, which, based on what I've seen, I don't think that's going to be a tie. I think it's going to be a good game, but once again, just looking at that firepower of the Longhorns, I feel like they might have the edge, but paper is paper, and we saw that in game number 2 today, and I'm excited to see what Press On can do. 2-1 fouled back, now 2-2. Never have seen that squad. Excited to see what Coach Hans can do with his group, as it is a bunch of players from areas that we don't typically cover. So this is kind of an untapped potential kind of game. Here comes the 2-2. On the inside edge, misses a very good spot from Mihalik, but not getting the nod, and we are full. Once again for Force, it is McClelland, Ikes, and Riley. Payoff pitch is fouled away. This has been a very interesting game. For starters, we did have that delay at the beginning of the game, postponing the start by 50 minutes. And here we are now at 5:40, 10 minutes after our last game should have started, trying to wrap things up in game number 4 of the day to give game number 5 a shot. The reason I say shot is because there is supposed to be rain right smack dab in the middle at 7. You might get the first half in, you might not get the second. Payoff pitch breaks in and fouled. There was supposed to be rain at like 5:15 and 5:30, and for the time being, we have avoided it. The sky is starting to turn sour once more. And you hate to bring that up as a storyline, but it definitely is. The low scoring, the great defense, and then the race against Mother Nature. I believe I said it in the last broadcast. Mother Nature is the only thing in the sport of baseball that can all of a sudden pinch hit whenever she wants. Comes in, lays down a perfectly executed bunt, and bam, you're done for 2 hours. Don't know what the bunt is supposed to be, but that could be perfectly timed out thunder strikes and all that. Out of analogies, back to baseball. 3-2, once again fouled away. And not to sound like a broken record, but we're going to do it again. Just the same pitch being fouled away in the same manner by Ikes. Or McClellan, excuse me. Count remains full. We have a breakthrough. Yes, it's upstairs for ball 4. And the leadoff man is aboard. Took a good while to finally find something that wasn't a foul tip. But now the go-ahead run is in the bases. And a great opportunity for them to come around. Time called. I think this might do it for McHale, just given where we are in the time limit and given that we are in the 6th inning. His day is going to be done. And I think we're going to see somebody from the infield come on to throw. We'll see who that is. Either way, McHale's day is done. He'll have a no decision at best in this game. And that is really tough, as he has been one heck of a pitcher in this contest. He has done everything right on the mound. He has had maybe a mistake or two, but nothing catastrophic. But I understand right now you're trying to keep it a tie game. Entering the 7th inning, you got to bring in that fresh arm to try and change things up. And I don't hate that decision, just given where things stand right now. This is probably your best opportunity to get some momentum defensively. You just had your best offensive opportunity, and you couldn't connect. Now on defense, you have to put the pieces together here, and you got to make something happen. As our new pitcher warms up, we will step aside. 1-1 your score on SmeeSports. The call to the bullpen has been made by the Braves, and now their task is simple. Get out of this inning without allowing any damage. Good rip down the line, and that was, at long last, almost our big breakthrough hit. But instead, it is foul. We've been waiting for it since the 2nd inning. Who was going to get that big swing? The answer almost was Ikes. If that was down into the corner, I think they would have sent the runner at first all the way around, at least to try and score. They would have attempted it. Would it have worked? I don't really know. But I do think they would have at least attempted it. Bunt shown on the 0-1. Perfectly placed off to the right side. But it is going to be foul. Or actually, no. I believe it double hit or hit him out of the box. So that is out number 1. So that's even worse than a foul ball. From having one of the best swings of the day to getting out on a tough rule at home. That's just how quickly the game of baseball can move if you're not careful. Throw back to 1, not in time. On the mound for the Braves, it does appear to be number 5, Anderson Jolliffe. Jolliffe coming in from first base then. Which, actually, no, correction. I believe that it's tough to see the number. It looked like a 5 from up here, but that is not the case, as Jolliffe still is over there. We'll look to get confirmation on who is there. As sometimes the jerseys are not the most forgiving. It is June who is now in there. Higgins is at 3rd, and at 2nd base, you have Camden. Now a rundown between the bases, throw to 2, and there's the tag, and there is out number 2. So even more chaos. But June definitely appreciating the help of his defense there. So now with 2 down, this job becomes a lot easier for the defense of the Braves. You take away the base runner, and you take away their big opportunity to score. And then it becomes basically a sudden death kind of thing. Swing and a miss, and all of a sudden you're 1 strike away from getting out of the inning when it looked like the go-ahead run was going to have a chance to get around to second. West June trying to wrap up the inning. Not quite, he misses inside. It did look like the infield thought that was going to be it. But in the end, they will have to go back and wait it out. The 1-2. In there for strike 3 looking, and the side is retired. It is a big, big strikeout for Force as the Braves get the job done, forcing them out of the inning. And in the end, after what was really a bizarre inning, it is done. At number 1, hit out of the box. Number 2, a rundown. Number 3, strikeout. That one was a lot more normal, but still the Ohio Braves going deep in their bag of tricks to get all 3 outs. To the 7th inning we go. The Braves won. Force Ohio won your score. You are watching the 2025 Kent State/Akron Open on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
One scheduled inning left to go of game number 4 today. It is 1-1 the score, and it has been a great game so far. A very interesting affair. Both sides able to have some good defensive showings. We're still looking for that one big hit, though. Not going to happen here, as that is a routine flyout for out number 1, retiring the leadoff hitter, Higgins. It looked good off of the bat, as Higgins was 2 for 2 today, and if you're looking at that order of, okay, who would be able to step up and make that big, big play? It would be him. But that time around, it's just a hard fly out right to the defense. Now it is Mihalik stepping in. First pitch wide for ball 1. After this game concludes, we will have our player of the game presentation brought to you by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. Then after that, we will get ready for our final game of the day as we have the H24 Longhorns taking on Press On Baseball. That'll be our nightcap, assuming we can get it done and over with. That is the goal at least. 1-1 fouled back, now 1-2. Obviously a late start to that game. I would assume right now if we do end in this inning, maybe around a 6:30 start, so overall an hour late. Which is tough because there are storms expected to start at around 7, so we'll see how much of that game we get in. The 1-2 is off the plate for ball 2. I would say how much, if any, but so far we have beaten the odds a lot today. Either A, it's going to happen again, or B, the luck is going to run out. The 2-2 whips in, chopped right back up the middle, picked up on the mound. Throw to 1 is in time for out number 2. Nice put out from Noah Lochner. This is Lochner's second inning of work today as he came in for the 6th. 2 up, 2 down, and West June, then pitcher now for the Braves, steps in 0 for 2 today with a pop out and a ground out. First pitch backs him out for ball 1. In the bottom of the inning for Force as they look to walk things off, it is going to be Baker, France, and Doel. So the bottom three of the order looking for that final blow. The 1-0 is in the dirt for ball 2. As well, we will not be doing any more games of this competition this week, but make sure to head on out to the locations and come support these teams as there's a lot of good baseball to be had. I believe there's games here, Thurman Munson, Mount Union, and Hoban. So a lot of great venues for you to go and watch and support these players. 2-1 is in the dirt for ball 3. And from what I'm hearing, there are storms more up north, and they're getting the galish weather, if you will, from what we had at around 3 with the whipping winds and the thunderous downpour. 3-1 ripped down the line in rights on a high hanger, but out of play foul, and we are full. But just like last time we were at Kent State, the storm's kind of hanging in and around the Cuyahoga Falls and Talmadge area. Seems like they have the special magnet. Payoff pitch, it is bounced in for ball 4, and the go-ahead run in June will reach via the walk. And now, as this could be the final opportunity the Braves have, how do they move June along? How can they strike in this inning? And I think a lot of it, albeit it's risky, you have to start with some base stealing. And if you're out on the bases, that might be enough momentum to sway things to finally finish with force. But I think you kind of have to try it. I think you have to put all of your chips in the center of the table, go all in. And then at most, if you don't, you're just playing a tie. You're playing to take a knee and go to the next game. The Braves team that we saw in the last game, they were aggressive. And they can still have some aggression left in them, depending on how this one finishes. And as for Force, they have an opportunity to start 1-0 and win one of the grittier games that you'll see this summer. Throw back to 1-0 in time. And on all these throwbacks, you always have to be careful as one wild ball and you're going to have some chaos on the bases. We saw a wild throw on Sunday almost result in a game getting tied up, with it being a 8-6 game at the time of the throw, and then eventually it became 8-7. The 8th run was stopped on a play at second. The 0-2 whips in, pops shallowly on the infield, called off and caught at second, and the side is retired. Unless we do play into the 8th inning, the best the Braves can do in this game is tie. Middle of 7 at Schoonover Stadium. It is the Ohio Braves 1, Force Ohio 1, your score on SmeeSports. You are watching the 2025 Kent State/Akron Open, and this one, an exciting finish expected when we return.
Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Depending on time, here it is. One final opportunity for Force to win the game. 1-1 your score, bottom of the 7th inning. And with 10 minutes left to go on the time limit, we are running out of quote-unquote daylight in this game to get it done and dusted. Supposed to start at 3:15, and in the end it was delayed nearly an hour. So from the time it was supposed to start to the time that it is now, nearly 2.5 hours. And that in its own right is a crazy metric, as this game has been solid, but a lot of defense and the offense is struggling to find their footing. And in an inning like this where teams will sacrifice outs for free bases, I think one guy gets on early, and it's going to be a very, very tough road to getting out of it for the Braves. 2-1 connects now, 2-2 the count. And a lot of that does start here. June needs to get this out. His 2-2 is flown foul. It is Aiden Jefferson in the game now for Force. He is in place of Baker. It is a 1-for-1 swap, both in player and in jersey number. The slow 2-2 got him swinging for out number 1. He changes his approach on the mound and gets the swing and a miss. He just completely slowed down the mechanic, and it worked. In a game like this, I guess trying anything is on the table, and that's exactly what he does. We'll watch it back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and releases. So not a fluid motion. In the meantime, he will have one fouled back. 0-1 the count. If the result holds, we will have our second game ending in a tie today. The 0-1 drilled into left field. It is down for a one-out single, and the winning run is now on the base path for Force. But just like that, Force now has some hope, and I think this is where we're going to start to see some aggression. We're going to see some stolen bases. We're going to see some trickery on the base path. The important thing is putting that runner in a spot where he can succeed, even if an out is recorded. Time now called, and I believe we are going to have a pinch runner. And as that is the catcher, it is going to be a courtesy runner. Jefferson is on to try and win the game. Pinch hitter who struck out now reaches on the switch. Now it is John Doell, the DH, trying to drive him along. One powerful swing, and that might be enough. It depends on how quick Jefferson is. Runner's going to go. He has a delayed takeoff, but the throw is high. He's off the bag. He is out. He overslid the bag. 2 outs. And that is the one killer about the bases here at Kent State. When it rains, the diamond is slippery, and that turf is a slip and slide. So many guys slide right past, and that's what happened there. And now we're 1 out away from either A, ending the game here, or B, we play the 8th. Depends on the time limit and if that is permissible or not, as we have not had this scenario quite yet. The only game that ended in a tie that we had was done in, I believe, 5 innings. The pitch driven over towards short, picked up, throw to 1 in time, and the side is retired. From here, we will see what they are going to do. And based on that, it is going to be done here, it looks like. And I feel like the appeal is going to be the time limit. And yes, it is. He's appealing the time limit, but we are going to end it here. It is our second tie of the day. 1-1 your final. We will step aside one final time and hear a word from our sponsors, then be back on to announce our player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
It is our second tie of the day. 1-1 your final score in game number 4. The Ohio Braves tie with Force Ohio. Your players of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. For the Ohio Braves, it is Austin Mihalik. He had 6 strikeouts today. And as for Force Ohio, it is Giovanni Maupins, 2 strikeouts. Both pitchers started the game and were a big reason why this one was 1-1 for so long. And for keeping this game the way it was, they earned player of the game honors. Game number 5 scheduled to get underway in around 20 minutes, so we will leave the information on your screen on how you become a broadcast sponsor. But as this one comes to a close, we will get ready for our final broadcast of the day. There is some rain in the area, or at least expected rain, so we hope to get through that game. But as the teams warm up, we step aside from Schoonover Stadium. I am Nathan Smee saying so long for now, and we will see you again in a few moments. Time to switch on over officially to game link number 5 as Press On takes on the H24 Longhorns. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next time. This has been the 2025 Kent State / Akron Open on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge.